Imagine a year where the love triangle between two kung fu masters leads to child endangerment and giant mutant turtles.
What year is that, Zach?
Cowabunga, dude, it's 1990.
Oh, that makes sense, actually.
Oh my goodness. I suddenly feel so much cooler, so much radical. I've got this dyed t-shirt on and a backwards cap. I'm feeling hip with the kids. I'm gonna go to a disco and get polio? Or was that 80s more? I'm not sure.
Polio?
I don't know.
I mean, bro, polio?
Whoa, dude. I don't know. What diseases did they get in the 90s?
Being radical, bro.
Whoa, yeah. And
Yeah.
I'm infected.
Oh, me too. I'm sick.
Fully sick, bro.
I'm on my skateboard. Whoa.
Whoa, that's
Jump,
radical. Oh my god, he just did a triple kickflip, backflip, somersault. That's crazy.
Ask me what my name is.
What's your name?
Tony Hawk, bro.
Whoa, it's Tony Hawk! Oh my god, you look just like this guy I know called Tony Hawk. He does skateboard tricks and stuff.
Because that's me.
Whoa, it's Tony Hawk! Oh my
Flip.
god!
I'm flipping it. Flip. I'm from New York. I'm done. Zach, it was me the whole time.
Yeah, no, really, Sandra, really. You weren't the real Tony Hawk? Wow, that's crazy.
I kind of half-assed that one because I'm just so tired from watching this movie.
Oh, yeah. Woo. We just watched this movie.
Oh, we did.
We flipped off the couch to record right now this movie.
I was wondering why there were foot marks on your side of the couch.
Yeah. Oh, hell yeah, dude.
Flipping off of it. Oh, my goodness.
This movie really inspired me.
Yeah.
Really brought me back, you know?
Polio was
where I
around
wasn't
in
born.
the 1780s.
I was close.
Was first properly identified in 1909, though. So
I was close.
You're about 80 years off, but you're pretty close.
Pretty close.
Anyway, welcome Oldie Buddy Goodie. Zach, we are finally in the 90s.
I should have said doing hard drugs, because that's what they did in the 90s.
That was a 90s thing.
Doing lots of coke.
Yeah, Coke
Yeah.
was...
Still
was
is.
90s. Coke still is, yeah.
Yeah.
Was Coke
We
the
should
big
bring it
90s
back.
one?
You know how you used to bring back quotes?
I
You
did
should
used to
bring back cocaine.
Well, it's still around. Just go to Sydney and you'll
Oi.
see so much Coke. Hey.
Shots fired.
We're in the 90s finally.
Yeah, we made it to the 90s. And I'd like to say crash land into the 90s.
We did very much crash land in the 90s. We have done the 90s before. We covered 1994
Yeah.
for our first year on the podcast. And I think it was probably the most boring year we've ever done.
Oh.
The movies were too good, you know?
Yeah. In a way, I guess.
I don't know. I just find 90s to be boring. It's like a period of movies.
Wow.
It was a lot of like
Wow.
art stuff that's really good, or like independent stuff that's really good, and then all the big movies are boring.
I disagree.
They're
I think
boring.
are wrong and stupid and dumb.
Well, prove me wrong with your choices for the next 10 episodes then.
I hope so.
Very
because
good.
this choice will not help my argument.
Look, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles is...
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
I think a lot of people are very nostalgic for this.
Yeah.
And I think the problem with this movie for us is we did not watch it when we were children.
No. Well, I watched the cartoon.
Yeah.
And the cartoon was pretty cowabunga.
I watched the cartoon as well.
Yeah.
I read the comics.
And this movie is meant for children.
Yes. What? What do you mean?
Yeah. So we are quite far from the target audience. And
Yes.
that didn't help this one, I feel.
I agree with you. It is, and also like this movie is so 90s in that
Oh,
if
it
you
is
didn't-
painfully 90s.
there's so many references to stuff we just don't know what that is.
Like, what is pizza? I've never heard of that before.
I don't understand what pizza is. Quite
Yeah.
frankly, the fact
What
that
are
they were eating
skateboards?
pizza on screen And this is a kids' movie? How dare they?
Yeah.
Scandalous.
The most unrealistic part was the kids leaving the sewers, right? Nowadays, they just stay in their sewer basements and play Fortnite.
They just stay down there watching TikToks and
playing Fortnite.
and zooming with their fellow Zoomers.
And having what's that running app game in the background?
I don't know what the name of it is.
Subway Surfer.
Subway Surfer.
Having that on the side.
Temple
Run.
Run.
We're hip with the kids.
We're so hip with the kids.
Temple Run is not hip.
I think Temple Run is it, Zach. You'll find.
Temple Run was bad when it came out, and anybody who played it was also bad.
That's true. Temple Run was the Flappy Bird of the
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
100% agreed.
Except Flappy Bird has gameplay.
Ooh.
I know, this movie is... it's fine.
Wow, he really fucking shut down Temple Run there. My God. Controversial.
This movie's fine. It's just like, particularly compared to the latest Turtles movie.
The
latest one that was like Spider-Verse animation. That was so good.
I haven't watched Turtles in years.
Well, I kind of fell off a little bit. With the Michael Bay movies, I fell off.
Yeah, that's
fell off with
killed
those.
it. I think I haven't seen anything Ninja Turtle related since seeing the Michael Bay movie.
Pretty
Michael
fair.
Bay has successfully destroyed several of my childhood loves and interests.
It's true.
And I haven't kept up with them since.
But,
Thanks, Michael Bay.
That really threw me off Turtles. But I saw the recent one because I was like, the art style is very Spider-Verse-y, and also Seth Rogen like wrote it, so I was like, fuck yeah. And it's really good. Plus, the turtles in that one are played by teenagers. For, I think, the first time ever.
Yeah. What do you mean, Sandro? Everyone was a young teenager in that, including all the main roles.
Yeah.
Yep.
Also, just like the Turtles being live action is just wrong. It's always been wrong.
Yeah.
They're animated characters.
I like what they did with the costumes here. The costumes look great.
Well, the costumes are from Jim Henson. This is one of the last things he ever did before he died.
Wow.
Yeah.
They are very good.
They are.
Although, do not Google eBay listings for the modern Ninja Turtles because the costumes have like deteriorated.
Yeah, they're still out there and they look disgusting.
Yeah, they like... It leaves their lips have like ripped off, and you just see their horrifying human mouths, and it's awful. It is nightmare fuel.
It's rough. The outfit, the outfits are great though in the movie. They're really good. You like, I don't even know how they managed to get the outfits to work for the fighting, but they do.
Yeah.
It looks great.
Lots of great. When they finally get to some fighting, the fighting is really good.
Yep.
The musics are bangers.
Mm-hmm. The soundtrack. Who's the soundtrack by? The soundtrack's by John DePrez.
And he knows how to pick them. He knows how to pick some bangers.
He does. I don't know what else he's done. It doesn't seem like he's done... Oh, he did some heaps of Monty Python stuff.
Oh, there you go. Wow. There you go.
Yeah.
The problem with the soundtrack is that they're bangers, but they don't really fit half the scenes they're in.
There's one action scene that's set in a building, and it's got clown circus music for some reason.
Well, because they're just radical dudes. They're clowning around. They're just having fun fighting.
Exactly.
It was a bit silly, though.
I think the voices for the Turtles are fine.
Yeah, the Turtles were fine. Yeah.
They are like, they each sound like they're from different areas of New York, which I find very funny.
I think it's cool. I think it makes sense.
Yeah.
You know, I think it's fun.
I quite like Splinter. Splinter's good in this.
Yeah,
he looks
Splinter's
incredible too.
Yeah.
And the guy who does Splinter is the guy who plays Elmo, which I just find very funny.
There you go. Yeah, no, he was a very talented puppeteerist and voice actor sort of thing.
He was good.
It's very cool. The puppeteering in this was really good as well.
The puppeteering's good. I like the sets. They're all rank and disgusting, and they capture the TMNT comics where everything's gross.
Yeah, because it's based in New York.
Exactly.
And if you go over and listen to our K-Jarama.
Yeah, we're stuck in New York at the K-Jarama at the moment. Every single movie.
We've done a couple of episodes of New York, and it has always been rank and disgusting. So
that's right.
I am fully aware now that New York is rank and disgusting.
Really rank. Are they both out now? That they are both out now. You can go listen to the first half of the K-Drama is out. The most recent one on Sorcerer's Apprentice.
Wouldn't be a podcast without shilling out within the first 5 minutes. minutes?
That's first 10 minutes, actually.
Oh, 10 minutes?
Yeah.
Oh, we did well this one.
Speaking of shilling out, the amount of product placement in this movie. Sorry, shelling out, should I say.
Shelling out.
Yeah, there we go.
That was a quote from the movie.
That's right. They kind of had to, because this movie is technically an independent film.
Oh.
Because it was made by New Line Cinema, but
Yeah.
there's no major distribution company attached to this.
Oh, wow.
It wasn't distributed by any
They
major
did
company.
really well then, because like
They did.
it looked really good.
And it cost about $13 million, which is pretty cheap for this sort of movie.
Yeah, but still, like, pretty cheap for a regular movie. Pretty expensive for an independent, though.
Yeah,
Especially back then.
Well, New Line at this point were wrapping up. They were only popular really for doing Freddy movies. And then they got Friday the 13th, which we've covered their first couple of those over on Patreon too. But this is before then.
But Friday the 13th were made pretty cheaply when they started.
Well, I think
to
the
be fair.
same with Elm Street. Well, also Elm Street's
Yeah.
more expensive because it's got more effects, but it's still pretty cheap.
Yeah.
Anyway, how much money do you think this movie made, Zach?
I know for a fact it was really popular. And you said earlier that you were like, whoa, this was super successful when you were looking up facts.
It's true, I did.
So that does lean me towards more. I'm going to say roughly around 100.
double that.
Double that?
$200 million.
Cowabunga.
And this made it the highest grossing independent movie of all time.
Wow.
It's Teenage Mutant. Take that, Tarantino.
Wow.
Take that,
Yeah,
Reservoir Dogs and
You fucking
Memento.
shill Tarantino.
Take
you
that.
fucking cad.
Because like when you think like highest grossing independent movies, you think auteurs. You think people who are well-known directors.
Yeah.
Not Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
I do now.
Which is very funny.
Yeah.
Did you like the movie?
It was all right. It was a bit rough around the edges.
Yeah.
Just kind of everywhere. And it was definitely made for kids. So
I don't know what you mean.
It felt very long. And I watched a
Yeah.
couple of movies recently, like The Sorcerer's Apprentice.
Yeah, all stuff for K-Drama. Go check it out on Patreon.
And that's probably a bad film, but I enjoyed it, and I never felt like it felt long. Whereas this film felt long, like especially the middle portion could have been
Yes.
a 5-10 minute scene.
Yes.
And needed some fighting. So it dragged. This
does.
really dragged its feet, which sucks for a movie about kung fu flipping and kicking, right?
Yeah, it
you
kinda-
don't want to be dragging your feet.
That's true. It kind of like started off really well.
Yeah.
I enjoyed the first
good start.
half, honestly.
Yeah,
pretty
yeah,
good.
yeah.
And then, there's a part where they leave New York and it just, I don't care.
Yeah,
I just don't care about that like half-hour long segment
Yeah.
of the movie.
Yeah, and then they get back to it at the end. It is a pretty good ending.
Yeah.
So it was an okay film.
Yeah.
But it's definitely lost a bit on us, especially because we're watching it now.
No nostalgia as well.
Zero nostalgia. I've never even seen a turtle in my life. I don't even know
what they
are.
look like. I've never encountered
I
them in
presume
Red
they
Dead.
were like squirrels.
I've never even seen a teenager before. Gonna put it out there. I don't think
you
they
went
exist.
from evil, cold-hearted movie reviewer child to adult.
Yeah,
there was
that's
no
right.
middle.
I was not a teenager. April and Casey are in this too.
Yeah, they're not the best cast. I mean, Casey's alright.
Casey, yeah, I don't know. I like him, but I also don't. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think Casey is just like...
He acts like a douchebag, but he doesn't really have the redeeming qualities that make him, more of a good guy. He's just kind of an asshole the whole time.
Yeah, I think, honestly, I prefer the Casey that's in the Michael Bay movies, which is the guy who plays Arrow plays Casey in
there you
the
go.
Michael Bay movies.
Yeah,
He's pretty good.
Yeah,
I like him as Casey. This guy's Casey, I don't know. He's got no riz.
And April, he has zero riz.
For
His
sure.
chemistry is in the negatives.
Yep.
Speaking of chemistry, April, she wore the iconic coat at the start, which is the only way I recognized her. And then she never wore it ever again, even when it was rainy.
That's true.
0 out of 10. Worst character. Wear a coat when it's rainy.
Yeah. This April's
She was fine. She was
fine.
she was just there though. Both of them.
Yeah.
Where it's well, we need to add the characters from the comic books. Meh.
I like the new movie because it makes April a teenager. And I just, if they're going to be hanging out with the Turtles, make April and Casey a teenager or make the Turtles adults. Just call it Mutant Ninja adult Mutant Ninja Turtles.
There's your answer. They have to make them teens. They're not aging up. The whole point is they're Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Mm-hmm. They can't change the title.
Anyway, I think April's fine in this. I think we've seen the actor in Masters of the Universe or something.
They're both fine.
Yeah.
But they just are there and they don't do anything for this. I mean, April kind of does.
April does stuff.
April moves the plot along at least. I don't know.
The guy who plays Shredder's pretty cool, though.
Shredder is actually pretty cool. I like Shredder.
I like the costume design. It's very cheesy and campy and silly.
No, but they did.
It works.
He looks sick though.
Yeah,
with his helmet and his spikes everywhere. I was like, yep. You know what? They did Shredder justice at least.
It's pretty good.
And he sounds cool.
He does. I love the voice. It's well, I mean, it's just Darth Vader, but it's good.
Yeah. I was shit talking his voice before we heard it, and then we heard it, and I was like, oh wait a minute, this is kind of sick.
Yeah, the first line of dialogue he says, where is it? I wrote it down because it was kind of cool.
Yeah, he's like exonerating one of their pupils into a fully fledged ninja.
Oh yeah, he says, "Money cannot buy the honor that you have earned tonight."
Well, which is a pretty banger line.
It's really cool.
Yeah, too bad for the rest of the film. He kind of does nothing.
No,
but, you know,
the ending with him as well is really disappointing. But we'll get to that in spoilers.
I didn't think it was disappointing, but you were not happy with it.
It was for me. That's. We'll rate it and do some taglines. Sorry if anyone's nostalgic for this movie and loves it and was hoping we would too.
Yeah, wait. Before you say anything, those people who are nostalgic, just skip ahead like 2 minutes. Skip ahead 2 minutes. Yeah.
Skip ahead a little bit.
This is fucking oldie. This is a piece of shit. This fucking sucked.
You're gonna give it an oldie?
Nah. It wasn't that bad. I thought it was good. It was just so long. This could have been like a 40-minute film, you know?
Yeah.
There was a lot of nothing. The choreographed fighting was cool. The soundtrack was cool. The characters were cool.
That was all cool.
Just the story was not there. It was
and I don't think this is I probably am going to give this an oldie. I don't think this is a bad movie. It's like 3 stars on Letterboxd with a heart. Yeah. Like it's still positive.
That seems pretty positive.
Would I recommend this to people? Not when the new one exists.
Yeah. That's fair. Yeah. That's a fair call.
This is not a great adaptation of TMNT.
Yeah, that is a fair call. And it's a bit brutal on it, but it is lost out to sequels in the future, right?
And I feel like as well, like, I know that Turtles 2, The Secret of the Ooze, which is the sequel to this one, I know that one is more cartoony.
Oh, that's
which
all right.
Probably, I'm like, I don't know. I'd probably hate that one more than this.
Oh, really?
If it's cartoony, I don't know.
Really?
Because I do like how grimy this movie is. And I like how, because it kind of kept the aesthetic of the comics with the characters of the cartoon.
Yeah. I think it did really well.
But I also just don't think this movie's great, so...
I'm not friends with any 5-year-olds, so I'm not recommending this to anyone, so...
You're going to give it an oldie as well?
I will give it an oldie as well. And I was excited for this. I was ready for some Ninja Turtle stuff. But, it was fun to watch it together, but... Man, it was just kind of nothing for ages.
It didn't grab us.
Yeah.
And I think it is because we just didn't watch this as kids.
No.
And we have our own version of the Turtles that we're nostalgic for. Yeah. That's probably what the reason is. Again, sorry if anyone loves this movie, because I know people do love this movie.
I think this is a good film, but it is lost to time.
Yeah. So, 2 oldies, 2.
It is literally just old.
So apparently Domino's were obviously a major product placement thing in the movie because they're super involved. But for the home release, Pizza Hut was the one who got the movie.
What? Did they edit all the pizza boxes to put Pizza Hut on it?
I doubt it. In the movie, that would have been so much to change.
Because there's a lot of Domino's shown on screen during this movie, which was pretty funny.
Weird. So very weird. Anyway,
also a proper product placement, I feel.
Yeah.
They iconically eat pizza, so it makes sense for them to get sponsored by a pizza.
Definitely, yeah. That's what I liked about the new movie, too, is in the new one, everything looks ugly and gross and rank. Every character looks disgusting, but the pizza looks like anime food level.
Yeah. That was in the comics as well. I always wanted to eat the stringy cheese New York pizza.
That's right. We see them chowing down, too, and, that string's getting all up in that helmet.
Hell yeah, it looks great.
All right, let's do some taglines with the first one. Heroes in a half shell.
Ooh.
That's the classic one. That's the classic line.
Ooh. Yeah, that's pretty good.
That's the classic.
I do like it, but I feel like I'm being hit by nostalgia a little bit as well. But that means it's a good tagline because it's enticing me with it, right?
Exactly.
I'm gonna give that thumbs up.
Thumbs up. Not shaky, just a solid.
It's a little shaky. It's a little shaky, but that's me. Like, do I like it because of nostalgia or
Yeah. All right. Well, then here's the next one. Hey, dude, this is no cartoon.
The way you said that was terrible. Hey, dude. That was very aggressive. Hey, dude.
That's how it's written.
This is no cartoon.
This is no cartoon. I hate it. I love it.
I'm gonna give it a thumbs down, but your pronunciation of it a thumbs up.
All right.
That really made that for me. Oh, fucking hell.
They're mean, green, and on the screen.
Whoa! I love that one. Big thumbs up. That's an easy thumbs up. That's my favorite so far.
And the final
They
one
are on the screen.
they're on the screen. It's not a
Yeah.
cartoon, and they're on the screen, Zach.
Makes sense. Yeah, I get they're not a cartoon.
And the last tagline is kind of a twist on that one.
Oh, yeah?
Lean, green, and on the screen everywhere.
Ooh,
That's
thumbs
so-
down.
that's
So much
so
worse
bad.
than the previous one.
Oh, dear.
The mean green and on the screen.
Everywhere.
No.
Yee-haw, Kazamo, listener. Welcome to another ad with me, Sally McSeller. Now, over on Patreon, Sandro and Zach, the hosts of Oldie Buddy Goody, have been doing the Cage-a-rama, 3 months of Nicolas Cage movie reviews. Now, these bonus episodes are not like your regular programming from these two. These episodes are loose and goofy and silly. Just like this little clip here from their review of The Sorcerer's Apprentice, which is out now. They made ChatGPT write stand-up about the movie. One of my favorite parts is the scene where the with the enchanted cleaning mops. It's a nod to the classic Disney Fantasia bit, but with Nick Cage there to make it a little extra cagey.
Jesus Christ.
You've got these mobs going berserk, water everywhere, and chaos, and Cage is striding through the chaos like, this is fine, this is exactly how I planned it.
Is this how listening to our podcast feels like?
No,
Like,
he wasn't even in that scene. He
why
wasn't the
did
one.
the musician bring Sandro to the concert?
Why?
Because he was the perfect Sandro Monimum player. What the fuck? I don't know.
What the fuck does that mean? Now, I have heard the episode, and they do make some great points about the movie, but oh boy, that's a fun clip right there of their review of Disney's The Sorcerer's Apprentice, starring Nicolas Cage, for this year's Cage-a-rama. Oh boy, do I love patreon.com/oldiebuddygoodypod, because that's the only place you can listen to the Cage-a-rama, and it's flippin' fantastic, I'll tell you that much for free. Speaking of free, you can join the Patreon for free, and you can also get ad-free episodes, as well as they're early sometimes too. Yeehaw! I'm an American. All right, let's get into some spoilers. Spoiler warning, spoiler warning. We're going to spoil your favorite movie that we didn't enjoy that much.
I enjoyed it in places. I actually enjoyed it quite a bunch, which is why it kind of hurts to say it's an oldie. But, like, the middle really killed this film.
It did. I'm trying to see, like, what else the writers wrote as well. Because this isn't written by Eastman and Laird, who came up with the Turtles. It's not written by them. And yeah, one of the creators shows up in the movie too. As someone.
As someone. Wow.
As a garbage man, that's it.
Oh, as a garbage man. Oh, that's pretty cool.
Eastman shows up in the movie. Laird does not show up in the movie because he doesn't like cameos.
Oh.
He just doesn't enjoy them in movies, so he chose not to do one.
Oh, that's fair enough, fair enough.
Fair.
Was he a garbage man? I thought, you know what would have been good if he was that, like, taxi driver that would, like, looks like
I was thinking that was one of the creators as well.
Yeah. Because there's a great quote where the guy's driving in a taxi. There's a guy in the back seat, and I think Raph runs in front of them.
Yeah.
And the guy in the taxi's like, what was that? And the taxi driver goes, it looks like a giant turtle in a trench coat.
Yeah.
Which was very funny.
So funny. Yeah, the two guys who created the Turtles are so funny because they, if you don't know the history of the Turtles, they made it as a Daredevil parody.
Oh.
It's a Daredevil parody, and it's a super violent comic book.
Yeah.
That then was like, we'll make it for kids, and then it got popular and stuff, and they were like, this is popular, we're gonna sell it. And then they've had like barely any involvement in TMNT.
Yeah.
Anyway, let's talk about the plot of the movie. movie.
If I ever come up with a popular franchise, that's going to be full of Domino's, Pepsi, Cola, whoever I can get in here.
Wait, so you came up with Madam Web?
Ooh. I hope not.
So thank you.
Shut up. Stop that. Don't you do it. Don't you hit that button. Ah.
All right, it opens and there's a silent crime wave across New York City.
That's the silence of the crime wave.
Oh, right. That's what that. Yeah.
Yeah.
You made a joke though when we were watching it.
Oh God, I didn't want to repeat. I already forgot that joke. Yeah, no, I said silent like my silent farts at night. You know. Yep.
That was the joke.
That's why I didn't repeat it, because it sucked then, and it was worse repeated. Oh, thank you. Actually, it didn't suck. It was great.
It was a great a silent crime wave, Zach, because they're ninjas. Oh, and April O'Neil's out there, and then she gets mugged, and then all of the muggers get beaten up, and we're like, oh, but there's also some good ninjas out there too.
Yes, because the Teenage Ninja Turtles save her, but first they take out the light so we don't see it, so we just have a black dark screen and then sound effects play.
And we were both like, oh, this is gonna be bad.
Yeah, it was pretty cheesy. It's very cheesy.
Just like their pizza.
Yeah.
But we're pretty instantly down in the sewers, hanging out with the turtles, hanging out with Splinter. They're ordering pizza. How do they have money to order pizza? Don't worry about it.
Yeah, that was my first question when the film opened and they started ordering pizza. I'm like, how do they have money? But I guess it makes sense if, like, things drop into the sewers and they sell it on the black market, Etsy or something.
Well,
I
they
don't
seem to have... the famous Etsy from the 90s.
Yeah.
I mean, probably the... I don't know. They don't seem to know what an antique shop is from later in the movie.
Yeah,
so.
and you'd figure... I thought that was going to be like a connection. It's like, hey, we used to sell to this old guy, you know, stuffed junk we found in the sewer. That would have been cool.
That would have been good.
Because they do a lot of connections to different people throughout this movie, which was kind of cool.
Also, I find it interesting how a lot of the time when it's the origin of the Turtles, Splinter wants to keep them down in the sewers because he's worried that if they go up, everyone's going to be scared of him. But this... them saving April, or at least Raphael saving April, that was the first time they ever went out. And they specifically say that. We just went out for the first time when we beat up people for the first time. And it was like,
it was
okay.
the first combat. Yeah.
Which is interesting that they acknowledge that straight from the get-go.
Yeah. And... Well, Master Splinter's still sort of like that because he's like, you got to stay in the shadows. You got to make sure you're not seen. It's the art of the ninja sort of way. And it's like, they're not very stealthy, are they? They're just going around saying cowabunga, but then you see later on when it's like, when they need to hide, they can hide.
They can.
Vanish.
Like that scene where they're all just magically hide themselves in April's apartment and then magically appear again. They hid.
Yeah.
They definitely hid somewhere.
There was some close calls, you know. One was under the table, and then he gets spotted in a mirror, and the guy turns around, and then he's gone.
Yeah,
you know?
that was pretty funny. I liked... there's so many jokes at the start of the movie that just... They're all kind of doing their own thing. Like, Splinter's talking to Donatello.
Yeah.
While Mikey's ordering pizza, and then Leonardo, he dances to tequila, but
my God,
it's not tequila, it's ninjutsu.
Ninjutsu.
Just silly.
That was very silly.
There's just a lot going on.
Yeah, there was a lot. And then like Raph is going to watch movie.
Oh yeah, he goes to see Critters.
Yeah, which was very funny.
That was so funny.
But his disguise is a trench coat and a hat, which is fair because that's the like comic book disguise that they use.
Yeah.
But I'm going to say it. In both of those, it makes no fucking sense because they're very easily visibly turtles.
Oh, at first I was like, why does Raph go to see Critters, an adult horror film from the 80s? But then I'm like, oh, this movie's made by New Line Cinema, who only made adult horror movies in the 80s. Yeah. So that's why.
Yeah,
that's
makes
very
sense.
funny.
It is funny.
Yeah. But he gets attacked. No, he doesn't get attacked. He sees an old lady being mugged on the street.
Yeah. So he trips. He does the classic leg out, trips over some criminals, grabs the bag, and throws it back to the lady.
Yeah. Oh, but he's not the only one who's there because Casey's there. Casey Jones.
I like his mask. His mask was done well.
I didn't like his mask. Actually, I thought his mask looked it looks like 3D printed. It looked bad.
I don't know.
It looked like a cheap cosplay.
Yeah, well, that's kind of what he is.
Well, actually, yeah, you got a point there.
I'd rather take a cheap cosplay than some of the modern stuff we get, you know?
Like what?
Where they don't even try to make it similar. I don't know. The Rings of Power.
That's a fair comparison.
Yeah, they just kind of made generic armors and stuff, you know? I don't know.
Like what the elves wear in the Witcher TV show.
Oh, there you go. Now we're spitting some hot
There
fire,
we go.
you know?
What else?
I don't know.
All of the Wheel of Time. No, that show's fine.
Oh, yeah?
I like it. I haven't seen season 2 and I probably won't go
Yeah,
back to it.
same. I was about to say the exact same thing. Woof.
The
new Garfield movie.
Ew.
No, but the costumes were great, Sandra.
In the new Garfield movie?
Yeah, the costumes are on point.
I liked how Snoop Dogg plays Snoop Cat.
Whoa!
That's the only thing I know that's in that movie.
Oh, you know the one thing I know, it's got the best voice actor around as the star.
All right, enough of that. Casey's there, and I liked. I think Raph runs away, like down the street, and yeah, we see the taxi guy, and it.
Oh
it
no!
does...
There's a chase scene because they beat each other up with baseball bats.
Yeah,
they make home run jokes. And then a cricket joke because Casey pulls out a cricket bat afterwards, and Raph's like, well, no one likes cricket. And then he gets smacked. And then Casey runs away, and Raph chases after him.
And then we see a taxi driver, and he's like, that looked like some sort of big turtle in a trench coat. And yeah, you're right. It does feel like a Stan Lee cameo.
Yeah. That's where Stan Lee would have been if he had made this up and or stolen it from other writers.
Exactly. But then he goes back to the sewer. I want to talk about just briefly what the description for each of the turtles is on Wikipedia.
Yep.
If you're interested in this.
I'm interested because I feel like you're going to criticize it, and I'm going to criticize you for criticizing.
Leonardo.
Yep.
The leader and oldest of the turtles.
Yep.
And the closest to Splinter.
Yep.
All correct.
All checked out.
All correct.
All in this film, I feel.
Yep. Raphael. The strong and angry turtle.
Yep, that is his two character types. Yep.
Donatello, the smart one of the turtles.
Yeah, that wasn't really shown in this movie,
Not
though.
at all.
He didn't really get any role, because I remember in the cartoon, I liked him because he was, like, driving the car. He was making the, like, tech devices, which I liked as a kid. I was like, oh, he's the smart one.
Donatello and Leo don't do anything in this movie, really.
Yeah,
it's mostly Raph and Michael. Which, speaking of, Michelangelo, his
He's
description...
a goofball. It's going to say goofball.
It's not going to say goofball. It says Michelangelo, the youngest turtle, a fun-loving partier.
A partier?
And also has a bit of a crush on April.
Wow, great. That's his description. That did him a disservice. Yikes.
Anyway, that's
his
all the turtles.
His is kind of liking April. Great.
Yeah. Who's your favorite of the bunch?
Mike's funny. I think I liked Raph because he was very
Not in the movie, though, like in general. In general is what I mean. Yeah.
Oh.
So I think Raph's the one that you like in the movie. It's same as me. Like, he's kind of the main one here.
Yeah. I think the movie focuses a lot on Raph for some reason. I don't know. Which one do I like the most?
It's a tough question.
Probably Mike. I guess
Mike.
You know, he's a goofball.
Yeah, okay.
I like the goofball character, you know. But I also liked Raph. I think Raph, even outside the movie, I always like Raph because he has the most clear motivation of anyone. He just has like a character arc, whereas most of them don't.
I think my favorite's probably Leonardo, and he also sometimes gets that leader character arc.
Yeah. That's the thing. It's like it depends what the comics are doing because they all usually have an arc.
Yeah. Not in this one though.
Yeah, no. Like Raph kind of has an arc, but it's just like they play off his character of being angry so he can move the plot along.
Yeah. He's just kind of impatient and stuff.
Yeah.
What's that one? Is it I think it's the mid 2010 one where like Leo becomes Batman.
Yeah.
He's like doing his own thing. Like the turtles have like disbanded or something.
Yeah. There's the one where like all of them are dead but one, and who's the one that
Last
survived?
Ronin. Fuck yeah, I love the Last Ronin.
But it's they had the things. It's like Leo and Raph, they argue a lot, right?
Yeah.
because Raph's a hothead and Leo's the leader, right? So the leader's trying to order them around, and Raph doesn't like being ordered around. So they argue a lot. Whereas Mike is he's just doing funny jokes and he's following
goofy.
along.
He's
just
eating pizza.
I wish it had been shown because they all kind of do goofy stunts, but that was really Mike's sort of thing. It's like the others kind of fight a bit more seriously.
Yeah, Mike's meant to be the slapstick one.
Yeah, he does a bit more but he fights well.
Yeah.
He does the slapstick, but he does it well.
But he accidentally wins.
Yeah, which is great. He does the skateboard fighting, right? Where he skates around. Like if you're fighting him in the sewers, you better hope he doesn't have his skateboard because he's going to run circles around you.
Exactly. Okay, so April gets attacked again. They save her and bring her down to the sewers. She freaks out and she's like, "Why don't I ever dream of Harrison Ford?" Which is funny.
That was a very funny line.
I liked, how she sees Splinter and is like, "What are you?" And then he just goes into the backstory of everyone.
Yeah. It's funny. It's like, we've got to be silent. You've got to be sneaky. No one must see you. Oh, you've brought a woman in. Time to tell you our entire backstory.
I did like the baby rat and the baby turtle.
Yeah.
They were
the
good.
puppets here. Radical.
Them learning how to say radical.
Yeah. Learning how to speak. It's like their first word was pizza.
That was so funny. Mikey, he does a Rocky impression. He's like, "Adrian!"
Oh, God. Again, it's these big, long spurts of them not doing anything to move the plot along.
Yeah.
Because Master Splinter gets captured. And what do? They go to April's house and they have the fucking tea party.
Yep.
And do impressions.
Exactly.
Oh, yeah, the ninjas followed them back when they brought April.
Yeah, and then they all attack
April.
and they get Splinter.
Yeah.
So he's out because he's too powerful. They had to Professor X him, which is what,
they did. Yeah.
When you have a character who's too powerful, you've got to get rid of him for the whole story.
Yeah.
That's what they did.
No. You see, Shredder had this metal helmet which stopped Master Splinter from using his mind control powers.
I like how they take Splinter to Shredder's base.
Also, good parallel with Magneto is the fact that Magneto and Professor X have this weird connection.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah, because Master Splinter.
Well, I mean, it makes more sense
Shredder.
in X-Men because they were friends.
Yeah. Whereas this one, it's like this random rat that, the guy I used to fight owned that scratched my face. He's here, and he's also giant now, and a kung fu master. What?
All throughout the movie, I was trying to figure out if this is trying to be a parody like the original comics were, and I think it was in that.
There was definitely some parody moments.
Yeah, because at the end we get the backstory that Splinter was the rat. His owner essentially
Master Yoshi,
which was Shredder's arch rival, and then Shredder killed him, and then the rat attacked his face and left a scratch on there. And then, at the end of the movie, he takes off the helmet and is like, "Oh my God, you're that rat."
Yeah, which is so dumb.
So funny.
It's so dumb. It's so good. I love it.
But yeah, he gets kidnapped. We see Shredder's base, which is called the Foot Clan.
And the Foot Clan is just delinquents playing arcade games. Which is not very intimidating. Oh, and smoking.
Yeah.
We see a child smoking on screen.
12 years old as well, by the way.
Yikes.
Not a teenager, a child.
Yikes. That was on screen.
Yeah, that was pretty bad. I do like, though, how Shredder turns up and he's like, "I am your father."
Yeah, that's what I was going to mention when you're saying, "Oh, was this one going to have references in it?" I mean, that was pretty heavy-handed, "Hey, I am your father," he is Darth Vader, but a ninja.
I quite liked that moment.
It was funny.
And honestly, I like the Foot Gang. I like it. It looks cool.
Yeah. I wish they had been more ninja-y, like they are in the comics and stuff, instead of just, some guys. You can have your teenage delinquents that they're brainwashing to become into the Foot Clan, right?
Training,
Yeah, but once they're trained up, then they go to the dojo, and it's serious now, right?
And they become gamers by day, ninjas by night.
Yeah. Oh, what a movie.
Miami Turtle connection.
Whoa.
That would be a fun movie. We get that back and forth that you really enjoyed where Raphael is beating up a bunch of ninjas and the other turtles are with April checking out an antique store.
Ooh.
And we kind of cut back and forth between them. That was very funny.
Yeah. I I liked the cutting back and forth between Raph fighting ninjas and them just casually talking like, oh, Raph's fine. He just needs to blow off a few steams. Punch, cut to punch, 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 punch.
It was very funny.
Yeah.
I liked the part where one of the ninjas and I think it's Mikey have like a chuck off, and we get the line, a fellow chucker.
Yeah. You can't say that.
What are you saying, Mikey?
Yeah.
Even the ninja, as you noticed, I just went like, what?
Yeah.
Him saying that.
Which is very funny. It's like, I cringed at some of the lines that I said. I was like, oh. And then the movie also like has characters going, oh.
Yeah. Oh my God. And this movie does that thing as well. I think we saw it in the 70s and 80s. Was a lot of no. In 2001 was a lot of movies had kids calling each other the R word. Whereas in this one, the turtles keep calling each other spazzes.
Oh.
Which is not. That's not okay.
Yeah, that word has not aged.
Can't do that, turtles. Yeah. But also, they are teenagers and they did grow up in a sewer, so they've got no clue what's going on.
Were you born in a barn? No, the sewers.
The sewers, actually.
Which is worse.
But that action scene was quite cool. I liked it a lot. All of
yeah.
The fire then starts to grow.
I like the
stuff.
nunchucking, the chuck off, as it were.
That was good as well. I really enjoyed that whole action scene.
They bring out these giant glaives to like chop up the turtles, and they accidentally chop up the floor, and so the whole floor collapses when some ninjas jump down.
And they go down into the antique store and they start using all the antiques to fight people.
Like two symbols to like symbol a guy. That's very cartoony.
And April doesn't seem to care. And I just want to talk about April for a second here.
Yeah.
Because April does not care that they're wrecking the antique store. She doesn't care about that. Because yes, she owns a building.
Yeah.
Well, she has an apartment upstairs.
Yeah.
An antique store downstairs. And she opens the antique store sometimes.
Yep.
But she never makes a profit. And she's fine with that. She's fine with this failing antique store because her dad gave it to her.
Yeah. It used to be his dad's store. The dad liked to collect junk.
Yeah.
So she's like, I'm keeping this for my dad.
And then they go to April's summer house.
Yeah.
Which is out in a forest somewhere.
You can tell this is fantasy because someone owns multiple property.
How the fuck? And she looks, she looks maybe like 25 to 30.
This is the most dated part of this film where someone can not only own property, but multiple properties.
Not only that, own property in New York City.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
How?
Kind of hurts, doesn't it?
Is she rich?
No, she's just a regular. She's just a boomer.
What is going on here?
She had a $2 job at McDonald's and was able to buy multiple properties.
Just with a small loan of $1 million.
Yep.
From her dad.
Also, but it's funny because you mentioned like she doesn't care about the fight. Yeah, because the shop was losing her money. She's got to get more back on insurance than she was ever going to make.
That's a good point. Maybe she, maybe the fight ended. She cashed in the insurance, then used that money to buy a rundown house out in a forest
the cut
somewhere.
Was actually several months.
It was several months in the middle.
It felt like several months. Because we get the scene of them hanging out at the summer home, like, training? No, recovering from the attack. Yeah, because Raph needs to recover because he really got beaten up.
Yeah, it's also where they introduce a love story with April and Casey, which, I mean, that always happens, but it feels not right here.
Zero chemistry.
There's nothing going on here. But nothing happens for like half an hour.
And it's painful. It's like, just get to the fighting, you know?
Yeah.
Like, Shredder, he goes up to Master Splinter and is like, hey, tell me stuff. And Master Splinter doesn't say anything.
No.
And he's like, whatever. But Danny goes up to him and Splinter talks with Danny for a bit. And Danny's a little piece of shit.
And Danny is April's boss's son who is in the Foot clan.
Yeah, but because he's a troublemaker and they collect troublemakers.
Is he a troublemaker? Or is he just a fucking snitch?
I would say that's causing a lot of trouble.
That's true, actually.
I would argue.
As soon as I said it, I realized that it was
like,
the same thing.
He is a little snitch, though.
It's a Kodak moment. It's just a quote.
Whoa.
So much sponsorship in this movie.
Yeah, absolutely. Says the guy wearing a Masters of the Universe shirt
and Scooby-Doo
trackies.
That's right.
You got your flaming socks. You were ready for this 90s episode.
Right.
You know?
Whereas you're wearing a D&D fan art t-shirt.
Yeah,
it's not
yeah,
licensed.
Yeah, but it is of the first edition book, which did come out around that time.
Oh, good point, actually. And gave everyone...
Yeah, I'm going to hit you with a bit of nerd facts to get me back in the 90s.
Amazing. They go back to New York City, and now I know what it's like to travel without a green card.
Oh!
So they all go down into the sewers, and Casey's like, I'm not sleeping in no sewer.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, no. Oh, my God. The jokes get more dated by the second.
And Mikey says, oh, are you claustrophobic? And Casey's like, hey, shut your mouth before I put my fist in it. I've never looked at another guy before.
Whoa.
So,
Case,
hang on a second.
No, you can't say that.
But then he goes to his car.
I essentially gave this movie an oldie because of that line alone.
But then he goes to his car to sleep in his car, and he acknowledges what the word claustrophobic means.
Yeah.
So what is this? Also,
he's just making a joke, but it's in such poor taste.
So he mistook claustrophobic for homophobic.
Yeah.
But then said, I haven't looked at a guy before, meaning that it feels like the Turtles called him gay.
The joke is so unbelievably bad.
I don't know
on so many levels.
Who wrote this? New Line Cinema, come on.
Yeah, that was rough.
And then we just get the final action scene.
Yeah, finally. Look, there's a lot in between, but none of it matters. Oh, they have a meditation moment where they talk with Master Splinter's
the Force
spirit
ghost.
vision. Yeah, except I thought it was implied that he died.
Yeah,
he
me
said
too.
My final words.
Yeah.
But the final words of just that conversation, I guess.
Yep. Because he's still alive.
Because he's still very much alive.
Yep.
And then Casey and Danny go and save him.
Yeah, they go and save him.
Well, Danny goes and snitches on the Turtles again, and then Danny was followed by Casey, and Casey's like, let's save Splinter, and so they save Splinter.
Yep.
And beat the crap out of the dojo master or whatever that's in the Foot Clan.
Master Tatsu was his name.
Yeah, Master Tatsu. Yeah.
Anyway.
Anyway, yeah, and then we have a big fight. The fighting was really good. The fighting was definitely the best bit of this film.
The fighting all throughout the movie is really, really solid.
The choreograph was really good. Like, the people in the suits do a really good job.
Yeah. I don't know how they did it. Like, actually.
Yeah, they were doing backflips and flips and cartwheels and stuff in the suits. I was like, damn, that's really impressive.
It seems like I'm reading here from what Jim Henson did. It seemed to be, out of like latex. The suits were latex, so it was like really movable.
Yeah.
But
It
like
looks pretty
rubbery
flexible
as well, so that it adds on all of the mass that you need for these turtles to have.
Yeah, it looked very rubbery and flexible.
Yeah. That's so funny that this is the last thing he did before he died.
Yeah.
I just find that really funny. Because good on him.
Yeah.
He did a Turtles movie.
Yeah. It's like the actor that played the bad guy in the
Street Fighter
movie.
From the Addams Family,
Yeah, from the Addams Family, because that was his last movie. And the reason he wanted to do that was he wanted to have a movie for his kids.
Yeah.
Which was pretty cool.
And then they fight, they work their way up into the streets, they fight some more, they go to a rooftop, and then all the turtles have to fight Shredder finally.
Yeah, they first take them on one by one, but they all get wrecked one by one.
Obviously. And then they're all like, we'll all try together.
But then I think Shredder, he says, like, your master is dead. Like, the rat is dead or something.
Yeah.
And so I think is it Leonardo? He charges Shredder and then gets, like, caught by him.
Yep.
And so Shredder's like, drop your weapons or he dies.
And they all do. And then they lose and they all die, and that's the end of the movie.
Yep. All of them are dead.
Except then Splinter shows up.
Whoa!
And Splinter kicks him off the building and into a garbage contractor.
Well, he does the, I know who you are. And he, like, he name drops, like...
Oh, what's his name?
Yeah. The old Master Yoshi
yeah.
and all that. And he's like, I was the rat that clawed your face.
That was
and he's
so
like,
funny. One of the best
rat.
moments of the whole
movie. And so then
movie.
Shredder like charges him, but he catches him in some nunchucks and then holds him over the side of the building.
Yep.
And then he starts monologuing, and then
Yep.
Shredder tries to attack him, and Master Splinter drops him.
Yep.
And he falls into a trash compactor.
And then Casey kills him.
What?
Yep. And he's dead forever now.
Jesus
Goodbye, Splinter.
Christ.
That was a really dark ending out of
That was
nowhere.
an extremely dark ending.
I think he comes back in the
Yeah, I'm
sequel.
pretty sure he's not dead. But still, it's like, it's implied that Casey just, like, turns on this compactor and compacts Master Shredder.
Yeah, that's right. And then that's the end of the movie. All the Turtles are like, yippee, we saved the day.
Cowabunga.
They finally, Splinter comes up with cowabunga.
Yeah,
and then he
does
says
a
the
funny.
Yep, he says the famous line, I made a funny.
I did a funny. I made a funny.
And then we end with a rap song about the movie that we just saw.
Oh, that's very Will Smith, as you said.
So, yeah, it sounded like Will Smith. Apparently, it was a group called Partners in Crime.
Partners in
But
Crime.
crime is spelled with a K.
Whoa, that's pretty cool. Cool with a K.
Yeah.
Ever wish you could go back in time to the Saturday mornings of your childhood, eating cereal and watching your favorite cartoons? Well, we don't provide the cereal, but we do have a cartoon time machine to take you to animated shows of the past, present, and future. And even just some stuff that doesn't exist, but wouldn't it be cool if it did?
We're your animates, Katie and Scarlett, and we'd like to invite you to join us on our podcast, Cartoon Time Machine, releasing new episodes of Cartoon Fun Times every Sunday morning.
We're two film majors who love to talk cartoons and get way too into them. So if you want to hear two adults getting way too invested in the world of Steven Universe,
Or answering the age-old question of whether Sugar Mama would beat General Maya in a fight.
we're just trying to figure out what Tom Kenny voiced in every show, tune in to Cartoon Time Machine, part of That's Not Canon Productions. See you there.
All right, let's make up our own remake of the movie. We're gonna make our own Turtles movie.
Oh,
but before
crap.
we do that, Zach, there's 2 official sequels to this one.
Oh, there's
Yeah.
2 official sequels. Okay.
They rushed one out in
Yep, that makes
1991. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2: The Secret of the Ooze. This one is very well known. Everyone knows it. I think the Turtles do a rap or something in the middle of it. I think that's this one.
amazing.
It's way more cartoony. The plot is this. Shredder, he's back somehow. Shredder kidnaps Professor Jordan, who invented
No.
ooze.
He was crushed in the movie we just watched. He died at
Yeah.
the end. He can't come back, Sandra.
He does.
No, but he's dead.
No, but he comes back.
Oh.
Yeah. Shredder kidnaps Professor Jordan, who invented ooze, a substance to destroy the turtles. Fortunately, Kino, I don't know who that is, helps the turtles to combat Shredder and his evil intentions. This looks not good at all. This looks really bad, actually. And in the movie, Shredder turns into Super Shredder.
Whoa!
He mutates.
Oh, yeah. Classic Super Shredder.
I think they recast everyone.
I know in the comics he messed with the ooze at some point to, like, make genetic super ninjas or
Yeah.
something. I don't know if he used it on himself. I can't remember.
Yeah, they recast April. They recast Shredder.
Yep.
They completely get rid of Casey, and he becomes Kino, who's a pizza delivery boy.
What?
Who is from
That is dumb.
and then and also Vanilla Ice is in it, and he plays himself.
What?
So
I was like, yep, that checks. What?
yeah,
All right.
people are nostalgic for that one too. But Zach, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 3.
Oh.
Look up the poster right now.
Oh my god. All right.
You need to look at this poster,
Oh my god.
right?
Oh my god, that goes hard.
It's so sick.
That looks awesome. I was expecting this to be dumb and goofy, but it looks insane. They're fucking samurai on fucking horses.
That's right. The plot is when journalist
the
April
shit?
O'Neil discovers an ancient scepter with magical powers.
What the
Turtles
shit?
must cowabunga their way back to
Oh my
17th
God.
century Japan to
What?
rescue her from the evil clutches of Lord Norinaga. The tagline is Ancient Japan, without a map, without a clue, without a pizza.
No, not the pizza.
Everyone hates this one, but I kind of want to watch it.
That is insane. At least the poster goes hard.
Yeah, no, it's pretty cool. Anyway, we got to come up with our own one, Zach. Our own Turtles movie.
Jackie Chan.
As
I'm saying Master Splinter.
I think he played Splinter in the most recent movie.
Oh, really? Wow,
Pretty
there you
certain.
go. I'm pretty good at casting, I'd say. I'm pretty genius. Are we doing live action? Probably, right? If we're doing a
sequel to this, we'll have to do live
It would
action,
have to be
yeah.
live action, right?
But not CGI turtles. They're people in suits.
Yeah, obviously we've got to
Yeah.
have puppeteering and other things just like this one. I'm just saying we need actors that do their own stunts, right? First person I think of, Jackie Chan.
Yep.
But if he's already in it, we could come up with some other ones.
I'm just double checking if he was.
Jason Statham.
Mr. Beast was in that movie?
Oh,
yeah,
God.
Jackie Chan is Splinter in Jason Statham.
Yeah,
That just-
as Donatello.
Oh, I love it. I love this.
Matt Damon as Raphael. Tom Holland as Mike.
That could actually work though.
And Hugh Jackman as Leonardo.
That doesn't work. That one doesn't.
No, that one.
I like Jason Statham as Donatello. That's very funny.
That is very funny.
Wait, that's the nerd one.
yeah, exactly.
I thought you meant Leonardo for a
No.
second.
I don't want him to be the leader one.
Let's just get like heaps of like buff men. Like we'll get Tom Hopper to be.
Ooh.
He can be Leonardo.
Okay, yeah. I like it. He is the like leader of the Umbrella Academy, right?
True.
Yeah.
Good point. Tom
He's
Hopper.
number one. Donnie Yen
as
Splinter.
Splinter.
Yeah.
We put him in everything, but fuck
Well, yeah, he's good.
We could have John Cena as Raphael because he's funny and also buff.
Yeah.
Because they need to be in the suits, right?
Yeah. No, he would be a great Raph. That's perfect. I like Tom Holland as Mike because he's the youngest, right? You know?
But Tom Holland is not.
No, but he's smaller.
But is he going to be in the suit still?
Well, yeah. If you're saying John Cena's in the suit, right?
This is so stupid. I love it. All right.
Yeah.
Oh, John Cena was Rocksteady in the new movie. I don't care.
No.
We'll keep him. Tom Holland is Michelangelo. How about Vinnie Jones?
Vinnie Jones.
He's the Juggernaut, bitch.
Oh, he's the Juggernaut bit. No. That does not work at all.
That's an instant no.
No. I'm the Juggernaut. No.
Someone is April, I guess. We'll do April and Casey.
Christian Stewart.
That's so stupid. I love it. All right.
Cameron Diaz. She's a bit old.
She's a bit old. I think Kristen Stewart's very funny as
I haven't seen her. I haven't seen her much. I feel like she gets bad
she's
credit
in a lot
for
of
Twilight.
stuff. Well, she was just in a movie called Love's Lies Bleeding where she does like steroids a bunch.
Oh,
and
damn.
She's like she fights a little bit.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing, right?
So I think that would work really well.
I feel like she could do her own stunts. She could fight a bit.
Yeah, 100%. All right, and then Casey. Who's a Casey?
Oh,
or
who's
we
a
just do
Casey?
Shredder.
No. I like Casey because then you can have Willy Wonka / June guy. What's
Timothy
his-
Chalamet
Yeah!
is Casey.
Yeah,
I don't see that at all.
He's got
Chris
the long hair.
Pratt
That's
is
it.
Casey.
Chris Pratt. Yeah. No.
Wait, no. What's his name from Wonder Woman? The other Chris from Wonder Woman. He's also Captain Kirk. Chris.
Oh yeah. He was in the D&D movie, wasn't he?
Chris
Chris Pine.
Pine.
Thank you, disembodied voice.
Chris Pine is Casey. That's funny.
Yeah, I like that. Or he'll be out.
Yeah.
As Shredder.
Chris Pine is Shredder? Zach, we can't do that.
No, but it would be funny.
That's true.
It'd be funny.
Who is a good Shredder?
Jackie Chan.
James Earl Jones. He's dead. No, he's not. He's just retired. Maybe he is dead. I think all of the voiceovers he did in the Obi-Wan show as Darth Vader are all AI or something.
Yeah, nowadays. Or I think they get an impersonator, probably.
Yeah.
Jet Li?
Oh, is he still alive?
Yeah.
Fuck yeah, Jet Li.
He's old now, but I feel like that works quite well. And like he could do some proper like stunts, you know? He could do some kung fu.
Jet Li's sick. Hell yeah.
Yeah.
What a great cast. And now we need a director. Who's a director who's going to do this well? Someone who knows how to direct.
Jackie Chan.
I don't know if he does direct stuff.
No, but he's in the latest Teenage Mutant
is
Ninja Turtles,
in
so
the
he at
latest
least be
one.
familiar with the canon.
He can do the choreography. He can definitely do the choreography.
Yeah. He could be like associated director. Who would be a good... Look up, like, martial art films, right?
I'm thinking like the director of The Karate Kid.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was thinking of as well. Who did Cobra Kai?
All right, who is a current director on Cobra Kai? I don't know how good the fighting in Cobra Kai is, but I'm sure it's pretty good.
Yeah, well, that's why we get Jackie Chan in to, like, do some directing.
Or the choreography,
Yeah.
Who's the showrunner? I'm seeing a couple names pop up a lot. John Hurwitz seems to direct most of it.
Yeah?
John Hurwitz and Hayden Schlossberg are the two main directors of Cobra Kai.
Oh, there you go. We can get them both on.
They mainly do comedies, but if they're good at this, then I guess they're good at this.
But that's perfect then, right? They're doing kung fu and comedy. That's what you want from the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. That's what I think of. The goofballs.
Yeah.
Doing goofy things.
Yeah, most of these are like sitcom directors, so I guess...
Yeah.
Yeah, there we go. Cool. All right, we'll get them both in.
Easy. But our movie's like 50 minutes long, right? We're just cutting out that whole middle bit.
I mean, we can also just make the movie better. But that's too much effort. I agree. It's 15 minutes long.
No, so what we do is just add more fighting, right?
Yeah.
So they go to this townhouse, but then, Splinter sends out ninjas and they have to fight them in the house, right?
Yeah.
So you get like April O'Neil, she gets like a pot and just a guy, Casey runs over some ninjas with the car. He commits vehicular manslaughter.
Well, I mean, we can make it a little bit darker because we do have the animated
true.
stuff going, so we can have something a bit more adult kind of on the side.
I feel like that's the vehicular manslaughter and the crushing shredder and the thing.
Exactly.
I feel like we still have to make it like for the kids, but like make it entertaining for the adults as well.
I agree. All right, there we go. That's the whole episode right there. Thank you so much. I don't know why I'm sounding really...
Thank you.
Thank you so much for listening to our podcast.
Well, now you're sounding sarcastic.
If you like the show, first of all, thank you so much. You can help us out if you'd like by leaving a comment on YouTube, dropping us a review on Apple Podcasts, on Spotify. Really helps get the show out in front of more people. You can follow us on Apple Podcasts. No, already said that. You can follow us on Facebook or Instagram if you still use them for some reason. And you can also head over to patreon.com/oldiebuddygoodypod. Get ad-free episodes of the main show for $1. Or if you want a little bit more, get bonus episodes, including, we already mentioned it, the Cage-orama, which is all about Nicolas Cage being a goofball. And most recently, we reviewed The Sorcerer's Apprentice.
Yeah, The Sorcerer's Apprentice. It was very fun. That's a good episode. You should check it out.
I like that one. Zach, I gotta pick next week's movie from 1991.
Future Kick.
What the fuck is that?
Look it up. Look up the poster.
Future Kick?
Look up the poster and tell me what it is.
Oh, it's another RoboCop ripoff.
It's another RoboCop ripoff.
An armed kickboxer played by Don the Dragon Wilson goes up against a corporation dealing in black market body parts.
I think we've seen him before.
I think we have.
Other things.
This looks terrible. How did you find this?
It was just one of the things that popped up when I Googled it, and I was like, perfect.
No, instead I'm going to pick Cool as Ice. Zach, look up Cool as Ice and tell me what Cool as Ice is about.
It's a comedy musical. Oh my god, what the...
It's the Vanilla Ice movie.
John Van Oort, a rapper, gets stranded in a small town with his bandmates and finds himself attracted to a girl. Wow. However, he's unaware that her father is under witness protection. Whoa. No, thank you.
It's Vanilla Ice in a... I didn't know that he did stuff. Like, I know he did the song. Everyone knows the song, but he was in movies?
Robin Hood, the Prince of Thieves.
Yeah. Could do that. Could definitely do that. Could do My Own Private Idaho, some Keanu Reeves action in there.
The Silence of the Lambs.
Oh, classic. Yeah. The People Under the Stairs.
Oh, Harry Potter?
No, it's a horror film, actually.
Oh, my bad.
Oh, Boys in the Hood. That's the NWA movie, the Ice Cube movie. Kind of started his acting career, or one of them at least.
What about Shakes the Clown?
What?
Shakes the Clown looks not safe for work.
That's what Ben recommended we watch.
Oh, it was! Yeah!
Bobcat Goldthwait. But he plays Zed in Police Academy, and also Adam Sandler's in it, so...
These all sound like positives.
I kind of want to watch this.
Robin Williams is also in it.
This actually-
Adam Sandler, Robbie Williams.
Trouble ensues when an alcoholic clown gets falsely incriminated for murdering his boss.
Whoa!
And must run away.
Honestly, kind of sounds pretty awesome.
This sounds good, actually. It would be pretty good if it wasn't going up against your movies like Hook, which is a banger.
What about Child's Play 3?
3's a weird one. 3 is the kid from 1 and 2 goes to a war school. He goes to like military school. It's weird. I don't like that one, actually. That's the worst Chucky movie.
Or what about Star Trek 6, The Undiscovered?
The Undiscovered Country.
Is this 6 or 4?
That looks like 6. Is that the one where they meet God?
It might be.
Explosion on the moon causes the Klingons to call for it. Oh no, this one's a good one. It's that Klingon one where they have to do peace with the Klingons.
Oh, Terminator 2 Judgment Day.
It's not
That's
as good
the
as-
best Terminator movie.
Number 1's better.
No, it isn't.
Number
You're
1. The
wrong.
Addams Family. Bada. That didn't work.
Ba-da-ba-ba-da. Ba-da-ba-ba. Ba-da-ba-ba. Ba-da-ba-ba.
No, Zach, I know what I'm picking.
What are you picking?
We're going into the 90s, and you know what the 90s is all about? The 90s is all about kind of terrible action movies.
Ooh,
And
I love a kind of terrible action movie.
And I'm picking a kind of terrible action movie that I know is going to be a safe pick because it's got a little Keanu Reeves in it.
Ooh.
It's got a little bit of a Patrick Swayze.
Ooh.
It's directed by Catherine Bigelow. She's cool. We liked that. I think we've done a movie from her before.
Ooh.
She did that the vampire movie where they're hillbillies. You remember that one?
Oh yeah, that one was really good.
That was a great movie.
That was so funny.
She's
I
a great
love that
director.
movie.
We're gonna do Point Break,
Point Break.
which is a surfing action film.
Hell yeah.
It's got heists and they're surfers.
Oh my god, dude.
Fast and the Furious before Fast and the Furious.
This is totally radical, dude.
There were a lot of good options in 91.
Surf's up, bro.
Look, when I think 90s, I think over the top, kind of terrible action movies.
Yeah,
and
yeah,
that's
that's
what
fair.
I want to do this one. I think.
Yeah. I feel like that's a fair call.
So we'll do that next
I'm
week.
down for it.
On the podcast. But now, Zach,
Uh-huh.
do you feel like a pizza?
Pizza, dude. Oh, man. After watching a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles movie,
Yeah.
like, as a kid, that was the one thing. Every time I watched anything to do with those, I'm like, man,
Yeah.
I really want some pizza with that stringy cheese.
That's
you know?
right. And also, it is around 6 o'clock now. It's dinner time.
Yeah, it's dinner time.
Have you eaten today?
Not really. I mean, I could go for some pizza.
You want
got
some pizza?
Yeah,
I mean, I can order some pizza right now.
Yeah.
Who are you thinking? Like Domino's or Pizza Hut? Or
I don't like this. Are you sponsoring this segment? Are you
could
trying to get some
do
sponsors?
Papa Joe's. They're
Papa
not in
Joe's?
Australia.
What?
Papa Joe's
Are you
Pizza.
trying to appeal to our US audience?
You could do Eagle Boys Pizza. They were pretty good.
What are
you
you
remember
talking
them?
about? No.
Godfather Pizza and
Yeah, La Porchetta. Yeah.
La Porchetta. La Porchetta.
I hate everything. What is this bit? Just give me some fucking pizza, man.
Oh no, Zach.
What?
They're out of pizza.
What? They're out of all the brands you named?
I called
Every
them all up.
single one?
I called them all up and they're all
Every
out
single
of
one?
pizza.
No, that's it. I'm out of here. I'm going to the next episode.
I'm calling
jumping
one of them
through
right
this
now.
portal.
I'm calling one of them
Nope,
right now.
I'm leaving immediately.
They
before
said
you
they're
can
out
do
of pizza.
that. Fuck you.
I'm opening a portal, Zach. Go to the next year.
I'm out of here. See
you
you
could
later.
just use your mind powers and make pizza.
Nope, I'm done with this bit. Whoa!
Well, now that Zach's gone, I can eat this pizza that I actually wanted. Yum, 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 yum.